Hey guys, what's up? It looks like after fighting Wolverine and Black Panther, the next one on the Predator's list is gonna be Spider-Man, coming next year in 2025. Predator vs. Spider-Man is gonna be the next comic into this new Marvel series featuring the Predators. And what can we expect from this comic? Probably another comic where the Predator's gonna lose at the end because he's usually the bad guy. I'm just like joking here, but I just wish he wasn't like that predictable, because I feel that it's like always the case. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting bored in general of this stuff, but it's always like either in movies or just in the games, because in the games the Predators sometimes are the main characters and they does have a chance of winning. But I've just been getting bored of just seeing the Predators losing. But I at least wish it could have been done in a way where the portrayal is still good, which was the case for Wolverine. I read both Predator vs. Wolverine and Predator vs. Black Panther, and I think Predator vs. Wolverine was much better, because they focus on specifically more in one specific Predator, and the portrayal was very good. He was actually dominating the fight against Wolverine through most of the comic, and the Wolverine was just surviving because, well, Wolverine just can't die pretty much. Like, it's just his durability because of his regeneration is just insane. And that was like the main reason why Wolverine just couldn't, like the Predator just couldn't finish it off. But while with the Black Panther, I think we had a bad case of just cannon fodder Predators, which are just getting killed too easily. And eventually the main Predator just lost a fight, like a 1v1 against Black Panther, without him even using his vibranium suit, which I was like, what the fuck? He's Black Panther, he's supposed to use vibranium weapons, that's what makes him Black Panther. But then they had him fight the Predator, the best Predator of the clan, without anything, and he still win. So I was like, I thought it was like overall like a letdown for me, the Black Panther comic, but the Wolverine comic was really good, which I wanted to say that I hope that they make this more like the Wolverine comic, in the way that it portrays the Predator in a very good light. He's a very credible threat against Spider-Man. Like, when I see this, I heard about this and I see the picture here, or like the building, I already imagine like something like in Predator 2, I imagine like the Predator and Spider-Man jumping from building to building, because Spider-Man is a very acrobatic hero. Well, the Predators can be as well, as we saw in the movies. Predators are very mobile and very acrobatic in how they move around. And I'm already like, when I start thinking about these characters together, I started thinking about the open world games of Spider-Man, and then I think automatically about Predator Concrete Jungle, the game which had some levels which are almost open world, and how you could just jump and climb buildings, just like Spider-Man. I remember like back then, the Predator Concrete Jungle game was compared a lot to some open world Spider-Man games. So it's Predator and Spider-Man, they can be very similar in the way that they can move around and jump around the places, even though Spider-Man has the webs that actually help him like do like some acrobacies. I don't know, just go twist around and just move in a different way than the Predator. But the Predator could also have like some webs and some like Predator technology which could work in a similar way. But I am hoping to see some very crazy fights. I think that because we are dealing with two characters that can be very mobile and acrobatic, I think it can lead to some very interesting fights. Just I want to see them just go all around the buildings, jump from one place to the other, and just show that kind of mobility. The Predator in the picture that we see, he's like grabbing Spider-Man by the head, and he appears to be dominating. I believe that Predator should be a little bit stronger than the Spider-Man. I mean, I'm not much into the Marvel lore, but Spider-Man, he has super strength, but he's not like, I don't know, like let's say like Wolverine level, or maybe he is. I don't know. Wolverine is more about durability, which is like the one that is really strong in Marvel. Like, I don't know, like Thor or Hulk. Oh, he's not as strong as Hulk, right? Probably not. So I would say maybe not. I'm pretty sure the Hulk for probably rip a Predator apart. But for Spider-Man, I think it's like a even fight, kind of like. I mean, Predator is physically stronger. The Predator also has weapons, which the Spider-Man does not have weapons. The Spider-Man should rely more on mobility and just his webs. I mean, maybe he can trap Predators with webs. I would say, from the first, like the way that I say this, I think that the Predator has a bigger advantage. He should be the one to win this in most cases, but then again, the writers are probably going to make it so that the Spider-Man can win at the end. But let's compare him, for example, against like the Wolverine. I think Wolverine is overall stronger than the Spider-Man. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a lore specialist in Marvel. I just from what I judge watching the movies, the Wolverine appears to be physically stronger. He has adamantium. His durability, his regeneration powers are insane. he can do more damage, he can take more damage than Spider-Man. He has the claws, like he's more violent, he's just more angry, he's physically stronger, and he had a hard time against a Predator. But then again, it depends on the Predator. Some Predators are not, Predators are not built the same way. Some Predators are much stronger than the other ones because we're talking about individuals of a species, and some Predators are just like insane, and some Predators just die in 5 seconds and they're just nothing, you know. So we never know, but I think that this has a lot of potential, and I just hope that overall I just worried about the portrait of the Predator. I hope it's good, but I think that overall, like making more entries with featuring the Predator is overall good for the franchise. And I think that Spider-Man is a good option. I mean, what other options would we have? I think Hulk against Predator would be, I don't know, I think that in this situation, the Predator would just be destroyed. What do we have left? Thor? I mean, Thor has magical powers. Again, Thor, I think it's too much. Thanos would just destroy Predators. I mean, I think that, like, this is more of an even fight, like Wolverine against Predator. Spider-Man and Black Panther, I actually think that the Predator has a higher chance of winning, in my opinion. But then again, I could be wrong. I don't know, like, the full lore. But when I think, or maybe have like a clan of Predators fight the Avengers. I don't know. But still, I think that like specifically Thor and Hulk are just gonna be too OP against the Predators, unless the Predators, maybe, I don't know, like, are using like bigger weapons, or maybe I don't know how much Plasma could do against the Hulk. But it's just interesting to think about these what if scenarios, you know, different, like, I don't think there's ever gonna be a chance of like a movie like this, but it's fun to just see comics and see these ideas that these writers have, including the Predator. It's just good overall for me as a Predator fan to note that the Predators are not forgotten. They are still part of these fictional universes, and there are still people interested in building more storylines with them.